set up. So this is Papers, Please. This is a game I try to teach with each year, usually during a unit on immigration or refugees. And it's really wonderful. It's a very unique game that most people haven't heard of. And basically, it puts you in the shoes of a border patrol agent. It's a fictional country, and you're basically in charge of deciding who gets to come in to your country. Arstotzka, I think is how it's pronounced. We're going to play through this game, not all of it today, over the next couple weeks, to talk about how and why I teach with this game. So let's go ahead and get started. Don't mind me as I just check that my little puppy's still alive. Alright, so we're choosing story. Select a day to continue, start new game. New game. Congratulations. The October Labor Lottery is complete. Your name was pulled. How wonderful. It's October 1982. For immediate placement, report to the Ministry of Admission at Grestin Border Checkpoint. An apartment will be provided for you and your family in East Grestin. Expect a Class 8 dwelling, whatever that means. Glory to Arstotzka. Geekoscopy, you're somehow awake for this. Geekoscopy, where exactly are you located at? By the way, I'm happy you made it. Hey, Potter, how's it going? Potter, how's the sound and everything? It sounds okay? So I see a number of people just hopped in to the stream, so let me start over just in case you didn't hear the little intro. You're in South Africa, 1:30 a.m. here. Dude, I've wanted for a while now to visit South Africa. Obviously not going to happen anytime soon, but sometime in the future I will make it my way there. And thank you for staying up so late. Sounds fine. Good, thanks Potter. So, I'm Zach, I'm a high school teacher in New York City. This is my Hey Listen game stream with Geeks Like Us, and over the next couple weeks I'm going to be playing this game Papers, Please. And I chose this game because it's a game that I teach with every year with my 11th and 12th graders when I teach, for me, United States history, but it can be taught during any unit on immigration or refugee crises. This game was made by one person, which blows my mind. Yeah, this game was made by Lucas Pope, who also made another game I teach with, Republia Times, and a game that I haven't played yet, but I want to, Return of the Obra Dinn, which I promise I will get to that game one time, probably on this stream. Alright, so now, I'm a border patrol agent, and it's during a refugee crisis, and it's up to me to examine documents to decide who can and who cannot come into the country. So Grestin Border Checkpoint opens at last. After 6 long years, can the Ministry of Admission keep us safe? Families to reunite, the weather, entertainment, walk to work. November 23rd, 1982. Alright, so this is pretty much where the instructions are at. Ministry of Admission Inspector, welcome to your new position at Grestin Border Checkpoint. It's been about a year since I last played this, so I do need to refresh my memory a little bit. Stamp passport entry visa and return documents to entrant. Entry is restricted to Arstotzkan citizens only. Deny all foreigners. Glory to Arstotzka. Stardew Valley is also developed by one dude. I think I do that. I remember reading about that. Also, thanks for coming by. How do I pronounce your name? Distort Future. That makes not as hard as I thought. Next page. Pay attention to the passport nationality. So right now we're only letting in citizens. the inspector's booth. These are my different tools. I have a rule book, audio transcript, bulletin storage, time and date, shutter. Okay. Don't need that. I can move this away. Let me take a look at the rules. So basic rules. Entry must have a passport. Citizens only. So yeah, you can see here, Republia. The Republia Times is another game made by Lucas Pope, the same developer. But we're over here at Arstotzka. Oh, so I can see details of passports from other countries and their seals. That's going to be important later on because, well, you'll see. Alright, so I'm going to click this thing to call my first person. Papers, please. Name of the game. Finally, I can return home. So this is basically the entire gameplay, and it's super easy to teach with because all you need is a trackpad or a mouse. I usually use a wireless mouse so that it can be passed around my classroom. So you pull out the document. He's got an Arstotzka passport. Is it correct looking? So this is Arstotzka. Passport, this field must be valid. I'm going to assume that it is valid. Districts. I see Paradinza. I don't know if that's a district. Alright, so let's stamp it and see what happens. Approved. Give it back to him. Okay, cool. We good. Basically, if I make a mistake, I'm issued a citation by the government. And if you make too many errors, it puts your family at risk. Papers, please. Let's see what we got. This is not from Arstotzka. I don't see the name of the country. So my job is to deny entry. Right, now technically I can break the rules and let her in and hit approve, depending on how sympathetic I want to be, but I'm not going to do that right now. But it's fun because during this I always have students who are, some students are like sticklers for the rules and they follow it by the book, and then other students decide to be super empathetic and let pretty much anyone come in who's looking for refuge. I have waited in this damn line since for 8 hours. I hope it was worth it. And he's from Republia. And you know what? He was being kind of a dick, so I'm going to deny him. He's not allowed in anyway, since he's not a citizen. I should note that my students are a 100% immigrant population, so seeing how they interact with this game is super interesting. Arstotzka. I think it's okay. I'm assuming it's fine. Issuing cities. Oh, those are the cities. So I think it's real. Approved. Okay, no citations yet. That's good. Papers, please. It was a mistake to open this checkpoint. Nope, I guess time's up for the day. I barely did anything. Okay, applicants entering after 6 p.m. are unpaid. Manage your expenses using the checkboxes below. I saved $30. No, those were my savings. My salary was $20. Rent, food, and heat. So I didn't earn enough. I just ate through all my savings. But over here, my family, my wife, my son, my mother-in-law, my uncle are doing okay. And if you get citations, you'll lose more money. So I got a salary 4. That's how many people. So I gotta get through people a lot more quickly. I feel like you've worked in customer service at some point. So I've never worked in customer service. Or no, I guess I have. So at Binghamton University, it's where I went to college. For a year, I worked at the call center. So basically, when people, usually concerned parents, had questions regarding the college, I was the dude who answered the phone and attempted to help them. And by God, do people ask some stupid questions. Alright, so sleep. Let's go to the next day. Reston checkpoint is success. Early restrictions to relax. Admit. Form. Okay, so now we can have some foreigners. Some walk to work. Alright, let's see what the new rule set is. November 24th, 1982. From today, foreigners with a valid passport are permitted to enter. Check all passport information carefully for discrepancies. Deny an entrant with inconsistent information. Inspect mode. Enter inspect mode using the red button on your desk. While inspecting, highlight 2 pieces of discrepant information for further options. Highlight, okay. So now I have to make sure, now I have to use that rulebook to make sure that they're... Oh, I guess I can put this over here. Yeah. Alright. Papers, please. What do we got? United Federation, so she's not from Arstotzka. She's from United Federation. Diplomatic seals, that looks like the correct seal. Her face looks correct. Crease the city. I'm going to say yes, it looks good to me. But I guess I can inspect also and matching data. Okay. Looks good to me. Alright, sometimes I forget you have to click the air horn. From... Let me bookmark. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Okay. Oh, his name's Zachary. That's my name. Glory and Glory. I don't see any seals, though, on it. Let me inspect. Data expires 1982, November. Oh, what was the date? Is this expired? November 3rd, November 24th. It's expired. I can't let him in. That's unfortunate. I think. I was right. Hermits, how's it going? So for those of you who don't know, Hermits is was one of my students. He's now a college student. Hermits, were you in class the day that we played this game? She's from United Federation. It's Papers, Please, the one where you get to decide. You were not in this class. So this is a game about immigration, Hermits, and I get to decide who and who I do not let into this country. 1984, that's fine. That looks good to me. Oh, I fucked up. Protocol violated. Invalid gender. Okay, so I got a citation, and if I keep getting citations, it's going to put my family at risk. That's not what you want. Okay. But now during class, I would have students who were just willy-nilly letting people in. From Arstotzka, 1983. Match. He's a male. Match. Let's see. That looks good to me. This is a citizen. Cool. Thank you. From United Federation. Issue. This is fake. Right, so I know it's fake. The city's wrong. And now, so this game as a whole, I think, is about 4.5 to 5 hours. For the purpose of this game, you look forward if you want a good time, come and see me. Oh, how very nice. Arstotska. 1984, female. That looks good to me. And I can go to her little fun time place later on. So for the purpose of when I teach with this game, I usually only do it for one class period. It's only really about 35 minutes of playtime. So I've never actually played the entire game start to finish before, which I am going to do here. Oh, look at this up here. Hey, Govers, how's it going? So now, while this game is not like inherently violent, there are small moments like that might be worth mentioning beforehand. Just in terms of like, because I know for a fact in my classroom I usually do have several refugees there. So when dealing with stuff like this, you want to preface beforehand as to not trigger anyone in the classroom. Okay, my family's doing okay. I've saved no money. Right. I feel like I'm negative now. Okay. I gotta start moving more quick. Mr. Washburn, how's it going? It's nice to finally have you here. Terrorist strike at Dresden. The weather alongside sports. Checkpoint lockdown. Alright, so I'm assuming that restrictions are going to be higher this time around. When I've played this game with my students, I've only really done like the first 3 days of the game. Arstotska Ministry of Admission Inspector. Entry for non-citizens is now regulated. All foreigners require a valid entry ticket. Okay, so other people can still come in, but they need to have an entry ticket. Verify information before stamping their passport. Check all pages. Yeah. Okay. Let's hope that doesn't bite me in the ass. Papers, please. She's from Republia? What was that? That's interesting. Let's go to the map. Republia. True Glorian, 1984. That's okay. I assume this is the correct person. That looks good to me. Oh, but ticket? Entry ticket. Valid on November 25th. Okay, that looks good to me. Approved. Now, take your ticket. Cause no trouble. Why this game is in that year. And so the 1980s was during the... So all the countries in this are fake. But this would have been taking place during the Cold War, which could be one of the reasons, since this is very aesthetically Eastern European. She has no entry ticket. So I think I have to deny her no matter what. Bye-bye. For right now, I am playing by the rules, mostly. Just because I want to see. But remember, you could always try and let people in regardless. I can make you happy anytime. Ooh, another person making me happy. From a different country, though. Let me... What country? Let's go to that map. Import. The 24th. 1960... That's date of birth. 1984. I think this looks okay. The new game of Call of Duty is about the Cold War. That's true. I hope I didn't mess that up. Okay, good. I didn't mess it up. Papers, please. What do we got? From Obristan. Skull. Expiration 1983. Face is good. The seal is good. Approved. Oh, let me check his ticket. 1219. No, he's not. Can I deny him? Yeah, the date's wrong. Almost let him in. I heard about the terrorist attack. You were lucky to have a job still. It wasn't my fault. They climbed over the thing. Valid on the 25th. That's fine. She's from Republia. Let's go to Republia. Yep. Expiration is 1984. I think that's fine. Is there a seal? I don't know if I see an official seal. I'm gonna approve it anyway, even though she's insulting me. Cool, no citation. I'm doing pretty good this day. From the United Federation. Shingleton, expiration's 1984. Oh, I forgot to check her ticket. Thank you. Entry ticket valid on the 30th. I'm sorry, my dude, you cannot come in. Thank you, hermits. What do we got here? Entry ticket, the 25th? 25th. From Kolechia? Is that how you say that? Right there? Oh, but look here. Female. Discrepancy detected. Interrogate. You are a woman? The passport is correct. I don't believe him. Maybe he is a woman, but right now I don't believe him. I gotta feed my family. I'm getting through a lot more people this day. Okay, here we go. Gloria Duastordska, the greatest country. I don't think this person has any documentation. This entrant has no documents. To proceed, use inspect mode to interrogate. Review page 2. Review page 2. The rules. There we go. No passport required. That can't be true. And I think that was the last person for the day. Your son is sick and needs medicine. So I actually earned double salary that time because I got through 8 people. Rent, food, heat, and medicine. But my wife is hungry. My son, she's cold and hungry. My son is cold, sick, and hungry. Mother-in-law cold and hungry. Uncle cold and hungry. This definitely sounds like Eastern European during the Cold War. Checkpoint expansion postponed. Black market activity explodes. Government blames lax immigration controls. So clearly I have to be less lax. November 26, 1982. Stricter credential requirements have been instituted. Certain citizens must show their ID card. Foreigners must secure and present valid entry permits. Entry tickets are no longer sufficient, so they need a permit, not a ticket. New chapter detailing document features has been added to your rulebook. Oh, how fun. Alright, let me put that away. Get my rulebook. Foreigners must require entry permit. Okay. Entry permit. Enter by the 20th. Duration for 14 days. Conventional entry to the sovereign nation of Arstotzka. I think that's probably fine. Alright, let's go look at the country. Obistran. Murgarus, okay. Seal looks okay. Mail expires 83. That looks fine to me, I think. Take your stuff and go. Entry is not guaranteed. Thank you. Visiting friends. 2 months. Enter by December 19th. Names are the same. That's probably important to remember. Okay. Okay. What is the purpose of your trip? What, I don't know, to visit? A few days. So she has an entry ticket, but not a permit. But you know what? I'm feeling a little generous. I'm going to let her in, even though I know it's not the right thing to do. Citation, protocol violated, missing entry permit. No penalty yet, it's just a warning. Couple weeks, but you don't have a passport. Get on out of here. That didn't do anything. Oh, I have to interrogate him. Go back to the beginning of the rules. You. There we go. Oh no, he needs a passport. Interrogate. That's suspicious. Entry name. That is his name. Passport is not expired. He's male. He looks similar. That is matching. Let me just go to the map. Kolechia. So this dude who didn't give me his passport actually looks like he's allowed in. He's okay, he just made a mistake. Yeah, no citation. The game's trying to trick me. One time my dad got into Canada with an expired passport. Why? But what year? But what year? Same name. Visit for 6 months. Enter by November 2nd. I'm sorry, lady. I cannot let you in. Why did you let the rude woman in? The one who should not have gone in? The what that I got the citation? I was feeling a little bit generous, you know. I felt like there was more to the story. I wanted to give her the chance to start her new life in Arstotzka. Sorry, lady. You have not worked customer service. No, just the call center at my undergrad. We're not customers per se, just crazed parents. That's not a permit. Oh, this is a citizen. Okay. Okay, he's male. Herman Otto, same name. 51, same date of birth. I think that's good to me. No citation? Oh, what? Invalid city. Oh, I gotta look at the rulebook every time. Alright, so I got 2 citations, which means I'm probably docked some pay. My family's not gonna be happy because they're cold and hungry. We're getting reckless. What is the purpose of your trip? Just visiting. Say a few weeks, 1 month. 12 used by 1219, that's fine. Oh, I sense a discrepancy. Interrogate. These names do not match. I have 2 different names. Fingerprint. Give me your fingerprints, lady. Alias no known. I don't believe you. You can take your lying out of here. Get out of here. Look at this. Clearly a hand-drawn passport. So, like, if I didn't have 2 citations, I'd totally let this guy in. How could I not let him in? Birthday, 1923. This dude be pushing 60 years old. Is he 60 years? I want to interrogate him. 2013 expiration. I'm sorry, dude. I can't let you in. Oh, it's not even a real country. I come back again with a better one. I hope he does. Oops, so she's gonna be the last one, I think. Arstotzka. Okay, I messed up the last one, so let's actually go to Arstotzka. Yep. Same birthday, same name. Let's not mess up this last one. No citation? Beautiful. Why is he still sick? Oh, $10. That's the first time I've saved some money. My wife is cold. She's not hungry anymore, though. My son is cold and sick, but not hungry. Mother-in-law and uncle are cold. Clearly, there's not a good insulation in whatever government building they provided for us. Republican track star wanted for murder. Vince Lestrade's whereabouts unknown, has likely fled Republia. I hope he comes through. Girlfriend killed in jealous rage. Obviously, if it was like self-defense, I would consider letting him through. But if he killed his girlfriend because he was jealous, then I will try and stop him. Interrogate discrepancies. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Ooh. Vince Lestrade. Let's get going. Take out my handy-dandy notebook. Mary, yep. Enter by December 18th, that's fine. Visiting, okay. From Integria. Good, good. Is that the same? I think it's fine. Entry permit invalid ID number. That's not a good start. Well, this dude doesn't have a permit, so bye. I can't afford any more citations. Give me water. Thank you. What is the purpose of your trip? From Republia? How do I know if the ID number is good or not? Wait a minute. This is him! Vince Lestrade. Vince. Oh, I can't let this. He's a murderer. Historian, you came just in time. This guy murdered his girlfriend. And I have to decide whether or not to let him into our country. Should I, or do I kick him to the curb? I assume I kick him to the curb. Yeah, definitely don't let him in. See you later, dude. You would assume I could also, like, notify. I disagree with the citation. Okay, so his permit was fine, his passport was fine, but this dude's a murderer. Okay, so I have 2 citations. That I'm putting my family in jeopardy. What's the name of the game, Mr. Z? This is called Papers, Please, Hermits. I don't know if it's available on consoles. I know it's available on PC. There is also a free beta version with like the first 6 days in the game. If you just want to play a little bit, not the whole thing. Vanya Fortinovna? Sure. Data enter by December, that's fine. 14 days. I think that's okay. She's from Obistron. No. That city is incorrect. I'm sorry, but goodbye. I already have 2 citations. I can't afford it anymore. Have you played this before? Yes, so I've actually played this. I played it a couple times, and I've never played the whole thing through, but I taught with this game last year when I was teaching about, specifically I was teaching about immigration at the southern border and asylum seekers, and during the still ongoing child separation issues. So we played this game for a day just to keep the conversation going about like what's happening at borders. Students loved it. Samuel Hoper. Same person. Okay. 84. He's from United Federation. Federation. Kansas City. I think that's fine. Also a super accessible game to play. Because the controls are like, do you know how to use a mouse? That's it. Alright, what do we got? Turan Borges, 14 days, December 9th, that's okay. Bearing passport number. Oh, so you could check the... Okay, yeah, so you could do that. Alright, so that's good, it looks like. Kolechia. Oop, right there. West Dresden, female, 83. Approved. This is one that I have thought of using in my literacy class after reading Refugee. Yeah. What did I do wrong? Incorrect purpose response. Oh, I gotta pay attention to what they're saying too. That's 3 citations. It's fine. Lady, you go live your life. Consider my mistake your chance at a better life. Also from Kolechia, Dresden, male, 83. Ryskin Forbes, November 18th. I'm sorry, my dude, you cannot come in. You are late. I think this is a good way to discuss complicity. Yeah, 100%, right? Because I'm just a guy doing my job. When in reality, I'm enabling this system. Purpose of your trip. Today is a beautiful day, my friend. We finally became free of integrity and tyranny. Forever. So this person's moving here. What do we got? Matching. Matching. December, that's okay. Integria. Oop, right there. Outer gross, I think that's fine. Please be good. Please be kind to my wife, she is just after me. Oh no. Right, so now we're getting into these like morality choices that like would be difficult for anyone playing, but especially your students. So this woman only has her passport. 4 citations. I'm letting her in. I can't separate this family. I'm gonna get a 4th lady. I'm getting a 4th citation for you. What'd she give me? A coin? A coin from her country? Penalty says I lost $5. Oh, fuck, look at my family. Cold, sick, hungry, cold, very sick. 10, 25, penalties, rent. I'm in the hole. Your son will die without medicine. Booth upgrade available. Space key to toggle inspect mode? Oh, during the game, so I don't need to click the button anymore. I can just click the space key. Oh, I got a coin. Alright. Jobs few, becoming fewer. Immigrants taking jobs from locals, of course. Vince Lestrade apprehended. Yeah, because I didn't let him in the country. November 28th. Special programs can control immigrant labor. Travelers entering for work require a valid work pass. How fun. So now, foreigners require an entry permit, citizens need an ID card, and workers need a work pass. Okay. 1 month, that's true. December 27th. Okay, let me just... Alright, this looks fine. Is this you? It is. Until 1983. The first statistics. I think it's fine. Oh, I gotta look at the country. Where is he from? United Federation. All these things to keep track of. Shingleton, good. Good. Okay, I think you're okay, dude. What is the purpose of your trip? I have job here. 6 months. Yes, thank you very much. 6 months, that's true. Alright, okay. Passport number. Good. Used by December 15th, that's fine. 1983, 6 June, so the time was good. I think this is fine. Obistron. Right there. Lord as, female. Is this you? Matching data. I think she's good. And I can always call her later. Thank you for that. What the hell is this? A man named Danny Ludum promised me and his sister good work in Arstotzka. I do not trust him. I am afraid he will take my passport and force me to work in brothel. He is in line. Today, please do something. Oh, the morality choices. Danny Ludum. So Danny Ludum is running this brothel. And she's afraid that he's forcing her to work in there and that he'll take her passport. I'm assuming that he's allowed to come to the country, and it's up to me whether or not I let him in. I had actually never gotten this far in the game, so this is the first time that this choice is happening for me. Is it this guy? No. This is a citizen, though. Date of birth. Interrogate. Detain. I can arrest people now. How fun. I remember one time when I was traveling to Canada on a camp trip. This dude does know he's a citizen. On a camp trip, bus full of campers, and I remember the Border Patrol agent came on, American woman, not Canadian, and walked up and down the bus, and then placed her hand on my shoulder specifically, and asked where I'm from. I was just like, from in New York. I don't know why she chose me specifically. Okay, so this looks fine. Arstotzka. I desperately want to teach with this game now. You should do it. It's wonderful to teach with. You just project it in the front of the room and have the class play it together, just like we're doing here. Greston, 82, November 24th. Dude, your passport's expired. Sorry. Oh, it's the same guy. He's got a better looking... I feel like every time I deny him, he comes back with a better looking passport, but you still don't have all your documentation. You are a very strict border here. This is good. do job right. I like that guy. I have a job. 30 days, 1 month, that's true. 83. Helena. 83. She can come in December 27th, that's fine. Okay. These look okay. Obistron. Lorenz, Seal. I think it's fine. No citations. Oh, what? Invalid gender. Okay, but gender doesn't matter. Come on. Who's this dude? Oh, that's this guy. Nah, fuck this guy. He's being bad to immigrants. Get out of here, man. I'm gonna get a citation for that, I know it. Yep. Last warning. I'm sorry. To my very sick and dying son. Three months, December 17th. Okay. Discrepancy, sorry. Detain. I'm just arresting everyone. Goodbye. Just visiting. 2 weeks, that's true. December 27th. Matching. This looks fine. Kolechia. Right there. West Greston. Looks good to me. Wow, hope your kid is worth it, I guess. Who needs a son these days, you know? He's got no passport. Oh damn. Potter, my son's dead. Your uncle will die without medicine. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean for him to die. And now my uncle is very sick. I feel like he's gonna die in this day, so I need medicine. Oh! I didn't know I could do this. None of you told me I could have bought medicine for my son who was dying. I didn't know there were checkboxes. Okay, so medicine for uncle. Sorry, dead son. Or I can upgrade the booth. No, I'm gonna get medicine for my uncle. Your entire family's gone? Ministry of Labor focuses on our as future growth. Workers are expected to support large, healthy families. Your position will be filled by someone more appropriate. Glory to our Stoats God. Dude, I think I just lost. totally just lost the game. My whole family died. Played for 50 minutes, 46 travelers processed, 24 approved, 20 denied, 2 detained, 9 citations earned, a couple on purpose, 43 stamps applied, ending 2 of 20. So there are 20 different endings to this game. So now I wonder... Story. New, so I can start a new one, or I can start at one of these days. The first ending is when you run out of money. So what if I go back to day 6? 3 family members. No, let's go back to day 5. Or day 4. My son died here. So maybe I go back here, and my son's... I can give him some medicine? Let's see. Walk to work. Okay. Foreigner's entry. So there's no work permits here. Okay. I do like that you can choose the day that you go back in. 83. Her name is... That matches. Discrepancy. Can't mess up anymore. You don't have money, too many citations. "14 days. She's from Kolechia. She said transit, it says visit. So you're telling me she's a dirty liar. Good eye, historian. Transit, yep. Couple weeks. December 21st. Oh, it's Vince. So this is the dude who murdered his girlfriend. But last time I got a citation when I denied him. So I feel like I have to let him through now because I don't want my son to die. We'll see how that changes the newspaper. Couple days, December 18th. I would totally play both way with kids. Oh yeah, 100%. You should have that. Especially if you can pick and choose which days you go back into. Why not? Just to see how it plays out differently. Look at this mustache. That looks fine. Right there. 84 is fine. Male, Glorian. That looks okay to me. Invalid name? Didn't I check the names and it said matching data? I don't agree. Did he say transit? I wasn't paying attention. December 14th. United Federation. Great Rapid. What did he not want to be? What inside? Papers, please. Visit 3 months? A few months. Okay. December 18th. That's fine. Okay. Okay, so her permit's fine. This is from Impor. Nope, though I don't see that city. I am sorry, lady. I don't want my son to die. Well, he has no permit, so bye. He's here forever, December 24th. Okay, this is Antigua. Issued. Good, 84. Okay. Welcome, my friend. Oh, the wife. I only have one citation. Do I still let her in? But my son died last time. I'm sorry, in a different timeline, I let you in. I can't this time. Sorry, lady. $14 okay. I think that's okay. United Federation. Great Rapid. Seal's correct, 1984. What do we got? Two months. He's not lying. December 8th. Matching. Matching. So I think he's fine. Let's go to the country. San Romero, 1984. I think he's okay. Not bad this time around. Your son will die without medicine. Do I have medicine to give him? Oh. See, I haven't been paying attention. I didn't know that it was auto-selecting things. So we're hungry. And we're cold. But my son needs medicine. And my uncle and wife are also sick. I don't need an uncle. Or I can help all of them, but they're gonna be cold. Okay. I am now getting a much better understanding of this game. Alright, now we're back to the jobs day. Okay, I already read the rules. Let's do this. A few weeks, 1 month. Does that count? Usually a few weeks is 3 weeks, right? I'm gonna assume that it's fine. 1983, 1 month. Oh, wait. I gotta check the... She's from Impor. Yep. 84, female. I think it's fine. No citation? Okay, so if you, that was fine. Half a year, 6 months, that's true. Oh, this is the woman who wants me to not let in the... I think it's fine to let her in. Yeah, it's the woman with the note. Well, my family's dying, so I'm gonna have to sacrifice you this time. December 25th. '84. Opistron. Skull. Looks good to me. Transit. Couple days. December 14th. Okay. Okay. That looks fine to me. 1983. Is that you? Oh. The years have been cruel. Fingerprint. Name. Anna. Oh, is it her? Okay. I guess she can stay. Oh, but I gotta say, where's Republia? Yeah. That's a funny one. Oh, it's my main man. Sorry, dude, my whole family's dying. I can't let you in. Next time when you have your permit. Two weeks, December 22nd. That's okay. That's okay. Okay. This looks fine. From United Federation. I think that's fine. Oh, this is the... who I rejected last time, but I guess I need to let you in. Even though you're forcing women into slavery, essentially. For how long? couple months. December 15th. Okay. Integria. Outer Groose, 1980. Oh no, your passport is expired. I am sorry, lady. Eight weeks, 2 months, used by December 10th. Okay, that looks fine. Kolechia. Eureka City. Looks good to me. $90 days, that's 3 months, used by December 19th. What happened? Oh, right. I forgot about that. That's okay, though. Day was cut short. I gave my son medicine. And they're all sick. So either we eat, or I just give everyone medicine. I guess I just give everyone medicine, right? So I think this is actually a good place to stop for the day. And then we'll probably play this for 1 or 2 more days. Definitely again next week. And then we'll see if we'll play it a 3rd week in a row. But I'm loving... I've never actually played the game this far in, so I'm loving it. All this extra stuff, and I'm actually learning how to play the game since because I've only ever taught with like the first 35 minutes of the game, I didn't actually know that I can choose all those different options to keep my family alive. So yes, thanks for coming as always, and I will see you. Oh, by the way, I gotta start doing this more. I'm going to put my curriculum in the chat because it's free for anyone who wants. For when I've used this game, I've used this game when I teach about the southern border of the United States and just immigration history in general. So, like the Immigration Act of 1924 specifically. Alright, so for anyone who needs, that's a link to my curriculum. It will ask you to sign in, but the documents are completely free for anyone who wants. Alright, other than that, thank you again, and I will see you all next week.